What's going on, everybody? So I was going through my Steam news and stuff like that, and I saw that Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age got an update already. It's a point 1.0.5 update. So a few tweaks, you know. Hello, everyone. Another patch is out. Okay, so there's been two. Besides the usual fixes, it also should bring some life to the carrier AI. Even though this is still a work in process, it should make it more useful. Also, this patch adds some value to the status field in the bottom bar for vessels. So, bug fixes. There's probably about 2 dozen here. Added missing Chinese translation for Under the Cover Rain mission, typo in the description. Sahara missiles lost connection to guiding radar when targets. Connecting Baltim mission changed year to 1973. Assigned Egypt nation. Egyptian PTGs were Soviet ones. Latgate unit nations are uppercase now. Disabled carrier AI for damaged flight deck. Cable is not rendering underwater. I didn't run into that actually. I mean, I've seen them, but I guess maybe some people weren't. Airstrike target distribution included destroyed units. Another possible fix for aircraft going into space on RTB. Space? Or actually just T-43 bunker collider, null refs, typo. Encyclopedia should accept modded weapons. Relative file paths from mods should work properly now. All objects are hard limited to not go over 100k fleet. Landing aircraft to healers are hard limited to not go below 0 feet. That's always a good thing when an aircraft doesn't go below 0 feet, right? Airfields are also limited to X. Description: Charles mission. Aircraft can derail between last approach waypoint and touchdown point. And there's been improvements and additions. So Russian, German, and Chinese translations. Okay, that's a lot. Updated quality settings, changed shadow settings to be better. Voiceovers, that's cool. Upgraded helicopter states. To clean up bottom bar status. AI carriers except Tarawa and airfields are now can do very basic airstrikes with bombs. Also, one variants for Egypt and Syria. Basic vessel status info to bottom bar. Added Algeria and Bulgaria as nations. Added Bulgaria, Romanian flags. Algerian, I'm not going to pronounce that. Also, 2's engaged status in bottom bar tooltip. Ability to block flight deck AI from mission any experimental FFR require vertical alignment. Button to show colliders for modding help. Okay, so we got so that's the patch. So the way this is gonna work is when you're looking at these numbers, we're at 0.1.0.5. So we got some ways to go, right? Because generally when you go full release, it's 1.0, right? So it has to go to 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and so on until it gets to 1.0. So there's quite a bit of, work to be done, and that's generally how developers kind of rate this. So the next big installment will be the 0.2, and I'm assuming they'll add tons of new content, new functions, and stuff like that. But honestly, as a 0.1 game, I actually played this before it hit early access. I didn't run into that many bugs, maybe like 1 or 2 if that, somewhere around there. And for an alpha early access game, it's in good shape. So honestly, I can imagine when this game hits 1.0, it's gonna be stable, really good stable. Because I was able to play multiple missions, and I did run to the occasional bug here and there. The ship wouldn't move and stuff like that, but nothing that was game breaking where halfway through the scenario I just said, all right, forget it. I was able to play through these scenarios and get a lot of fun out of them. And considering that there's a whole modding community already at work right now for this game, let's take a look at where we are. So there's 1,900 reviews for it, right? So generally, wow, 87%. So that's really good. So generally, I think 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20, I forgot, it's a small percentage leave reviews. So this game has literally thousands and thousands of people, right? Tens of thousands probably in early access right now. And, considering it's at 87%, that's really good. And I'm kind of curious. Let's go to the workshop and let's see what's there. So already there's stuff. So there's the Barney incident. I'm kind of curious about that. And there's 571 items in the workshop that are already modded. So the Baltic Crisis, 1989, Armada Espanol, Spanish Armada mode, the Final Countdown. Is this what I think it is? This cannot be what I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So if you guys are not familiar, the Final Countdown is a movie back, I think, in the 80s or 70s. And it's an incredible movie. It's about what happens if you take a Nimitz-class carrier and bring it back to December 6th or December 5th, 1941. Right? And it's an incredible movie. I highly recommend you watch it. So it looks like somebody decided to make a mod for it on the 1980. Okay. This is definitely going to... I gotta put that in my main account. This is definitely something that's... This is going to be amazing. And I'm assuming they're going to change this to add an actual... This is not an actual Japanese Zero. So I'm assuming once they add an actual Japanese Zero, it'll go into the game. But this is a good substitute for right now. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm looking forward to it. Considering that there's like literally hundreds of items already in the store. And the game has been only in early access for like, what? 1 or 2 weeks? That's a really good sign. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Catch you next one. See you then.